Hello, and welcome to the B.A.S.S, Big and Small Screens. Today, I would like to talk about Saw X. That's right, the 10th Saw movie. Um, I covered Spiral from the Book of Saw last time, and I'm covering, or not last time, the time before that. Last week I covered, or last episode I covered Cube, uh, because I saw that and that was fresh in my mind. Um, I have seen Saw X, and I would like to talk about that now. Because Saw X is an interesting addition to the franchise. It takes place between the second and third movie. And it kind of spoils a bit of the later movies because of the addition of a character. Now, if you don't want to be spoiled on them and you're watching the Saw movies, why are you here watching me talk about the 10th one? But if you're planning on watching them, by all means, watch them in order of release. That's how they were released. That's how you're supposed to basically discover them. Chronology isn't really a heavy necessity in the Saw franchise. Now, getting back to Saw X, and we will be going spoiler territory, so before I delve into that, let me just say right off the bat, in terms of this movie compared to the other Saw movies, it isn't better than any of them, or it isn't better than all of them, I should say. There's definitely some that it is better than. Some of the Saw movies don't really rank terribly high. I loved the first, second, and third. They were very, very good. 4 was okay. 5, I liked the B plot more than I liked the A plot, if that says anything. 6, again, was okay. It was pretty decent. 7 was an interesting wrap up to everything. And then they made Jigsaw, which takes place in the future and kind of alludes back to stuff that happened. Spiral was a complete departure. And then Saw X. But this one I would give, out of 10, I'd give it a solid 8, maybe an 8.5. The traps were kind of interesting, and it was everything felt much more personal in this one, and there's a reason for that. And now we will go into spoiler territory. So, spoiler warning, this is your chance to walk away. All right. In Saw X, John Kramer is not yet dead. It's between the second and third movies. And he ends up finding out through one of the support groups he is in that there is a possible experimental cure or treatment that will help get rid of cancer. Get rid of his cancer. So he gets in touch with them, pays a bunch of money, flies down to Mexico for treatment and surgery, and afterwards is basically told, you have your whole life ahead of you. Go have fun. Enjoy yourself. And he feels happy. Like there's several scenes of him just being like, yes, I'm more at peace. And you think maybe he might even give up what he's doing. And then he finds out, because he's sick, They did not, in fact, do surgery on him at all. It was a scam. And he was scammed out of money and hope. And he cares about the hope more than he cares about the money. So he basically tracks down everyone involved and puts them through a game. And as I said, the traps are, there's something else. They definitely are. And they feel more personal. And maybe it's because he's there talking to them. Also, Amanda is there, which is a spoiler for the second movie. But since this takes place after the second, if you're watching them chronologically, you're fine. The actual spoiler, it happens at the post-credit scene, and slightly a little bit in the actual movie. That gives a spoiler to like 4 and 5. It's something else. Now, he does these traps on these people, and like, they kind of get what they earned, one could say. Like, that argument is absolutely there to be made. Like, is it okay to kill people? No. It's never okay to kill people. But this is a horror movie. And this is the type of thing where you're just like, you are seeing bad people get what they deserve for the bad things that they have done. In horror movies and in action movies, this is a common trope. There is a skewed morality to everything that goes on within the universe of the horror movie or the action movie. And especially in the Saw movies, pretty much, not all of them, but a vast majority of the people that get put in the traps in the Saw movies are bad people that have done bad things. And because of this, they are kind of reaping what they sowed. And this is no different. Except the bad guys, at least one of them, kind of turns the tables on things. But of course, John, being John, comes out on top because he kind of planned for that. And he was able to figure some things out because he's a smart man. And yeah, it is interesting to see. In the end, of course, John comes out on top. One of the basically everybody but one of the bad guys is dead. But it's the main bad guy that didn't die, which kind of leaves things open for a sequel, which I think they were kind of planning to do. And yeah, it's interesting. It feels a little different from the other Saw movies. It feels more almost kind of hopeful in a way, while still having that stark pessimism that many of the movies have. All I can say is I enjoyed it, but I enjoy all of the Saw movies. It's just something that I like. I like those movies quite a lot. I like the premise. I like the psychology inherent in it, where you're watching people in situations where there's no good choices to make. And that's interesting. That kind of appeals to me on some level. When it comes to like darker stories, I dig those sorts of things. So yes, that's going to be it for today, though. I think I've I think I've come to the end of what I have to say about Saw X. Maybe we'll see more in the future. If so, you know I'm going to cover it. So that being said, thank you all so much for joining me and watching this video this far. Please leave a like and leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite jigsaw trap is. My favorite jigsaw trap has to be... yeah. It would have to be the shotgun trap. Because it's not really a trap, it's a game. From Jigsaw, where you see him basically take a shotgun, like a sawed-off, I think it was a shotgun, with a bullet. He's got a shell, and he basically looks to the two people that are going to play this game, and he's like, here's the key to your freedom, and loads the shotgun, cocks the hammer, puts the shotgun down on a little pedestal between the two of them, like equidistant, and then leaves. And what they don't realize, and sadly they both perish, because one of them thinks the other one is going to shoot. You know, I have to shoot you in order to be free. But the gun backfires, and the other one finds out there was 2 keys to the padlocks on there that's chaining them up was inside the shell. And by firing it, the other one destroyed the keys. Like, it's such a simple game, like a simple trap. But it again plays to the psychology. It's asking people, like asking them to think beyond the immediate moment, like to actually listen to what he's saying. And it's one of the interesting things I like about John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer, that he tends to be very expressive and particular in what he tells you. And he tells you all the rules, he tells you how to survive. But most people don't listen. And that's interesting to me. Anyways, this was all of me telling you to leave a comment. I got off on a tangent. Listen to me. So yes, do all of that. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I make new videos. Ring the notification bell if that's still a thing. And until next time, I've been me, you've been you, and maybe sometime in the future, we could play a game. See you next time.